Hi, Andrew here.
Reporting live. Not really.
Well, live now. It's live now.
At the moment, I'm live.
Speaking of live,
Unlike Mr. Lenin, who's dead.
we just saw Lenin's Embalmers, currently showing at EST,
The Ensemble Studio Theatre.
located on 52nd Street.
Located way the hell out west.
You know what?
It's practically in the river.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was tremendous.
I thought it was going to be really serious. It was super entertaining, super funny, and the production value
For such a small house?
was really amazing.
For such an independent, tiny little theater?
Sound design especially.
Actually, I have to say that's one thing I was very impressed by. The sound design, pretty much right off the bat, caught me off guard because I've seen other shows there and I've never experienced sound design of that caliber.
Sound was good.
So hats off to you, Shane Rettig. Is that a typo? Rettig? It's a funny name.
The show was about the two gentlemen that are given the
The daunting task of embalming Lenin's body
Now-
for all eternity.
Granted, we've actually been to Moscow and we've seen Lenin's body. A couple of years ago, we went to go see.
Not so well
No, he
preserved.
looked amazing.
He looked all right.
He looked hot.
He looked dead.
For being dead for like 50 years, the guy
okay,
looked great.
he looked good.
His mustache was perfect. Actually, the show's more about the failure of the ideas of communism. The idea of communism is basically impossible. It's great on paper. When you sit down and you tell your friends about it and you take over and you kill the czar, it makes sense then. But to make it last and to actually see it to fruition doesn't really always work. It's a lot like in trying to embalm someone for eternity. The Egyptians tried it, and it, they good attempt, but
Yeah, it looks good. I'm like, wait, you're gonna pull my brain out and throw my guts in a jar and wrap me in tissue paper and bury me in a tube in a giant pyramid. Awesome, sounds great. Where do I sign? What's the catch?
communist principles, once put into reality, cannot last. And just the same way that Lenin's body, or any body when they die, will deteriorate moments after death. So you can.
It's about the rise of Stalinism.
It's about the rise of Stalinism.
Stalin, expertly played, by the way, by...
Actually, the entire cast I thought was a treat.
I thought everyone was really good. And the gentleman who played
Really
Lenin,
good.
Peter Maloney,
Peter Maloney was excellent.
was excellent. However, could they have found somebody that looked a little bit less like Lenin? For a show about verisimilitude, having somebody that looked so little like Lenin may be a drawback.
He was fine. He had a beard. He had a cap. Looked just like Lenin for all practical purposes.
Richmond Hoxie. Do all socialists look the same to you?
Also, hey, what's the difference between a communist and a socialist?
I don't know. What?
In communism, the man exploits.
Wait, you're thinking about socialism and capitalism.
Oh. That's even funnier.
It is.
What's the difference between communism and capitalism?
What's the difference between communism and...
In communism, the men exploit the men.
No. You've already messed this up.
I forget.
What's the difference?
You know what? Don't go to the show and
It's
see.
in the show.
It's a really big show packed into a small house.
I could definitely see this going on to a bigger venue.
I could see it completely like a Manhattan Theater Club.
Yep,
Like
yep.
somewhere like not Broadway like Broadway, but like an off-Broadway respected house. Not that EST isn't a respected house, but like to me it felt.
In a hole.
To me, the show felt too big for the space that it was in. It was too ambitious. Like there was a lot of sets, and there was movements, and things would slide on, and they'd slide off, and there was always things going on.
Well, here's one of my biggest gripes about the play. I thought it started off great,
Starts off amazing.
with such a bang and with such humor, and such laughter, and then
the laughter.
The laughter. Do you
Oh,
remember
the laughter.
Do you remember
I
the
remember
laughter?
the laughter.
remember?
When I think back about this play, I can only think about the laughter. Okay, so what happens?
Oh, they had this dream sequence embalming process. At the
It
end
wasn't
of,
a dream sequence.
It felt like a dream sequence. There was dry ice. There was food coloring. There were scrims. Is that a scrim? A screen?
I thought it was. I didn't mind the embalming.
You know what?
I liked it. They pulled his brain out. They pulled his liver out. They moved these screens around to block you from seeing the body.
I know they're embalming his body so it will last forever, but does the scene have to last forever?
Claudia. Polly Lee was fantastic.
She was hilarious, and she played every female role, all of whom had the same name.
It was just. She was great. She went from one woman to another woman like in a blink of an eye. different characters.
And she had that British accent at one point.
I love the British accent.
At first, I'm like, what? WTF? British accent in
Brilliant
communist
move.
Russia? What?
Brilliant move.
And then I was like, oh no, it works. It works.
Are these your notes you took during the show?
It's not a pretty subject matter.
You're right.
Totalitarian states are not...
Embalming, I thought you were talking about.
Well, both of those. Embalming, mortality,
Yeah.
totalitarian states. None of those are pleasant things to talk about. But they can be spoken about in very grotesque and exaggerated ways. And they brought a level of sophisticated humor to the subject matter that was restrained and didn't detract from the seriousness of the issues being explored.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 thumbs up for Lenin and Embalmers, currently showing at the Ensemble Studio Theatre.
Look at these thumbs, they're like, hey, mate, we're the people, we're the thumb people. We're the thumb people and we're rising up.
Hey, let's tell a communist joke.
Okay,
Wait, what is the parade.
Oh wait, hold. Well, wait. Hey,
Yeah?
hey, what are you here in the gulag for?
No, the other joke.
Oh, okay,
The one with the play.
okay. Wait, what?
The play one. Or they're saying the parade.
Hey, what's the difference between Stalin and Lenin?
What?
Well, wait,
You can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
Speaking on Lenin's Embalmers, doing a better job of making you laugh than us. This has been Andrew for Theater Talk. Andrew for Dinner Theater. Lenin's Embalmers, currently showing at...
You've still not said Embalmers properly yet.
Well, why don't you say it then, comrade?
Embalmers.
This has been...
Robert Palmer. Stop doing that.
Dude, all I want
Embalmer.
to. Yeah, you know what? Go see it.
Go see it.
Seriously, it's funny.
Yeah.
Have some shots of Patron.
No.
No.
Stochnaya.
They drank a lot of vodka, but I guess that's what they did in Russia.
All right. Are we done?
Check, please. But there's 4 communist leaders. They've all been embalmed. Ho Chi Minh, Mao Zedong, the great leader of Korea, and Lenin. So all 4 big communist countries embalm their leaders. That's what they do.
What about the little communist countries?
They can't afford it.